I'm down in my studio tonight, and the video that I'm about to do for you is going to require some explanation before we can actually get into it. So we'll start right over here. I'm over here by this curtain, and behind here, this is where we keep all of our holiday decorations. You can see there's a box in the front here. This has some Christmas stuff in it. And then back behind here, it's nicely organized. We have everything in totes for Christmas, Halloween, Easter, things like that. And it's usually not very easy to get inside here because of this. This right here is my box of boxes. This is a collection of stuff that I've bought over the years, mostly kind of expensive stuff, electronics, things like that, that I've saved the boxes for. And the reason that I do it is because, one, I may end up selling these things someday, or two, I may end up just packing it back up when I get something new. And anyway, it's kind of a hoard, and it ends up turning into a lot of stuff. In fact, you can see just how big this box is. This was Clark's stroller. And I used that box then to start storing everything else that I've stored over time. So I call it my box of boxes. Cody's yelling at me for it. So I think it's about time that we go through this here tonight, and I'll decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. I guess first and foremost, we need to figure out a place to do this. And I'm thinking like right over there against that wall is probably going to be the best thing. So let's slide the box of boxes over there, which is easier said than done because this thing's freaking heavy. Got my lighting set up, and I think this is going to be the best way to do this. It's going to be kind of like a show and tell, where I go through each box. We're going to do a keep pile, a trash pile, and hopefully I can end up with something a lot smaller here. So we'll start at the top. First thing is my Macbook Pro Box. Got this a year ago. In fact, inside here, I think there's probably, this video is going to run long if you couldn't tell. I still got some stuff inside here, like a power cord, and I think my stickers and everything are inside here. But I'm just going to keep this. I don't want to get rid of that because I may end up selling the MacBook Pro someday, and then stuff sells a lot better when you have a box, and that's how I justify having this hoard, because you never know. So we'll put that over here in the keeps. Next thing, worst Wii U unboxing ever. Check that video out. The Wii U box. I got to keep this. I keep all my video game boxes, which you'll see a trend of that as we go through this. But Wii U, all the stuff's inside there. I even keep like the bags and things because you know, like if you ever sell, like I mentioned. First thing we're gonna throw away. This is the GoPro box. I have no idea why I saved this. This is the bottom thing for my GoPro when I used to carry it like that when I was making video blogs with that. I don't need this, so that can be a toss. Next thing is my Sony Rx100 M3 Box. I'm gonna keep this because that's the camera I'm using right now, and there may be a day where I end up selling this camera, but I highly doubt it because it's already taken some battle damage from just making daily videos, and I think I'm probably always going to keep it just as a backup. And I usually don't get rid of cameras just for the fact that it's sort of like a part of my history. I have every camera that I've ever used on this channel, even my Flip Ultra HD, which no longer works, but I'm going to keep the box. Bit of a hoarder. Next thing, my Passport Ultra. This is my first Passport that I bought, 1 terabyte. I don't need this box anymore. Oh, Xfinity, everything you need to get started. I don't really think I need this anymore either, so I'm going to put that in the trash. Next thing is my Motorola modem that I'm using for my cable modem. I don't think I need this box. If anything, I'm just going to throw that modem away. Now we get into more video game stuff. PlayStation 3 box. You already know that I'm keeping this. I'm not getting rid of that, so we'll put that over here. More video game stuff. Nintendo 3DS box. I don't know how well you can see this. Hopefully you can see it okay. I kind of have it zoomed out a little bit so you can see the box and the stuff as it's piling up. Nintendo 3DS box. I'm keeping that. This is one heck of a heavy box. I want to see what's inside here. Look at that. Look at the organization. I kept all the plastic that goes with it. And, oh, there's all kinds of pamphlets and brochures and stuff. And anyway, there's no reason to really go through this on camera, but that is a keep. If you're wondering, I am a 3DS fan. I love any kind of consoles, any video games. I love playing them. I haven't done a whole lot of that lately just because I've been so busy with this whole thing and I'm trying to do my Lego channel and stuff. So video games have taken a back burner, but I still love having them and I like collecting them. So we'll keep that. Ooh, back on the camera front. My very first camcorder that I used for this channel. This is my Panasonic HC V500M. This was a fantastic camcorder. I used this thing for probably almost 2 years. I'll bring it forward so you can see it. Plus, I want to see if we're still recording, which we are. There's my first camcorder. If you want to get started on YouTube, this is really all you need. This is like a $300 camcorder back in the day. Probably today, it's probably worth $50. Quality's terrible compared to what I'm shooting with right now. And that's how I got started. This one's tough. I can't get rid of that box. Hashtag box order. Next thing, this is my GoPro Hero 4 box. which I'm going to hold on to this just for the fact that I may end up selling my Hero 4 someday when I upgrade, but I do really love my Hero 4. If you're thinking about getting one, any GoPro, I'd recommend the Hero 4 Silver. That's the one that I have. It's cheaper than the black, and I think it's just as good. But my last Hero, which I had Hero 3, I ended up selling on eBay, and having this stuff gets you top dollar, so I'm going to hold on to that. As much as this thing's kind of a nuisance, I mean, it's just kind of out of control, and it's just for display, so I'll hold on to that. My keep pile is a lot bigger than my throwaway pile. Here's something to throw away. This is my TP-Link wireless router. This thing I'm really thinking about replacing. My MacBook Pro has one heck of a time trying to communicate with my router, so I'm thinking about getting rid of this. This is like $20 when I bought it. I noticed some routers you can pick up, they're like $120. Canon Powershot A520. This is a camera that I had a long time ago. The camera's not in here. I do have cables in here. This I may consider getting rid of. I just really don't see a reason to save the box for this, other than just for old memory's sake. I'm gonna put that one in the I'll put that in the maybes pile. New maybes pile right there. This box, getting rid of. This is the Garmin GPS that I bought in 2008, 2009. I still use the thing. It's pretty much worthless because its stuff's been updated so much, and the roads aren't the same, so I end up getting lost more often than not with this. But I don't need it anymore. But there's some stuff inside here, so let's see. Just some brochures and stuff. Oh, there's a little sticky thing for your car. Never used that, but I probably could use it. Anyway, I'm throwing that box away. Here is a case for my iPod Touch, which I don't think works anymore. I think my one went through the trash, and my other one I think I just don't use. I'm probably gonna, what do I do with this? This is really hard for me to do this. Do I throw this away? I wonder if I can make money on this if I were to just sell it as is. There's probably Apple stickers and crap in here, which I think there is. I can see them inside here. I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile. This maybe pile might start getting pretty big. I can't even close that. Here's a big one. Guitar Hero. This is a throwaway. There's no reason to keep this. I don't know why I saved it. It's just a huge space taker. Is there anything inside here? There's nothing. There's no reason to save this. This is a huge waste of space, and it needs to go. Ooh, Kodak PlaySport. Probably the worst camera that I've ever owned. I hated this thing. I was trying to use it, this is sort of like my GoPro before I had a GoPro. I hated this camera so bad that I'm just going to get rid of the box, I think. There's no reason to save it. The camera sucks. I wish I would have sold it when I had the chance, but I didn't, so now it's worthless. Could have probably made a little bit of money off of it if I had sold it. Cody's new iPod box, or iPad box. I'm going to hold on to that since that's new. Never know, we might end up selling that. My Lenovo laptop box. This was a fantastic computer. I used this for about 2 years while I was using my Panasonic camcorder to make videos on here. I loved it, but I don't think I need to keep the box anymore. I'll never put it back in the box. I'll never sell this computer. It has too many precious moments on it, and I use it as my backup in addition to my hard drives. So the box can go. This one is my Asus box. This is my computer that I got right before my MacBook Pro, which I'm never going to go back to using a PC again. I absolutely love using Mac computers. It's just such a better process and so much smoother, so much better looking. And I love iMovie, which is the main thing that I use my computer for. Other than that, I just use my iPad. This, I think I'm just going to toss, if I can even get it open. I don't see a reason to really save this. I don't plan on selling this computer, although I may sell this one because it's kind of a piece of junk and I hate it. But I highly doubt it's worth anything anymore, so we'll get rid of it. This box, this is a Lego box. I don't know how this got in there, but I need to do a video on this for my Lego channel. So we'll put that in the Lego box section, which I think that'll be the only thing in there. Ooh, going back in time. PlayStation 2, the slim version. You can get games such as Guitar Hero 2, Lego Star Wars 2, MLB 06 The Show, Taurus Trophy, and God of War. We're going to hold on to that. I don't throw away video game boxes. And that same thing applies for this one, PlayStation 4. Great console. Unfortunately, I haven't been putting much time. Are we still recording? I'm going to walk forward here. Look like I'm showing you this. Yeah, we got time here. I think this records for 30 minutes before it shuts off. But PlayStation 4, use this way more for watching Netflix, watching movies and stuff than I do for video games, just because I've kind of gotten out of it. I do want to show you, while we're on the topic of video games, if you're watching this, you don't care if this runs long, I want to show you the couple PS4 games that I got recently. By recently, I mean within the last couple months. Picked these up Really great deal. The Order 1886, any video game lovers out there, this is a good game. Fallout 4, I can't wait to play this. As you can see, it's still in the wrapping. Fallout 3 was probably my favorite PlayStation 3 game that I've ever played. It was just fantastic, and this one's going to be the same way. Last of Us Remastered, which was a PlayStation 3 game that they brought out for PS4. I missed it on PS3, so I picked these all up. And as you see, these are still in the wrapping, and that's the joy of making daily videos. You have no time for anything else other than that, and you end up making videos about your box of boxes. So we got the Wacom Bamboo Pad. I was going to use this thing for drawing and making creative things. I did a little bit, but I wasn't 100% happy with it, but I really don't see a reason to save the box. I do have the bamboo pad still, and if you don't know what it is, I don't know if it even shows you on here. It's basically like it has a stylus and a pad that you can draw on, and what you draw shows up on the computer screen, so no reason to save that. Oh, more boxes. Of course, Xbox 360 box. Picked this up on Black Friday maybe 2 years ago, 100 bucks. Great deal. Haven't really used much of it. I do have a crap ton of Xbox 360 games. I haven't played most of them. Maybe I need to start a gaming channel where I can actually play through all these video games. That way I have a reason to make it because I'm shooting videos, so of course I can play video games on a gaming channel. That might be a good idea. Old school Xbox, the original one. This thing's been packed up for a long time. I have that upside down. Cody got this for me for Christmas in 2006 maybe. I was late to the game when it came to Xbox. I was a PS2. I had a Dreamcast before that. It was an okay console. I like the Xbox 360 better. More video game stuff. Nintendo GameCube. Cody and I were late to the game with the GameCube as well. Picked this up for $99 at Circuit City, which is a store that's out of business now. This thing got beat up a little bit. But we split the cost of this half and half, so I spent 50 bucks on this, she spent 50 bucks. This is before our finances were together. And we got Mario Kart. We played the crap out of this. She played a game called Animal Crossing, which she loved. Luigi's Mansion, she loved that. I wish I could get her back into video games, but she's moved on to more important things and kind of sees them as a waste of time. But I don't. Holy crap. This one I gotta keep. The Wii U, or the Wii Fit. That's the balance board and the game and stuff's inside here, which is why it's so heavy. This is a fun thing that I got when I got my Nintendo Wii. We played all kinds of games on this and tracks your weight. You do all these little fitness games and stuff that tests you. A lot of fun. I gotta hold on to that because it's still in there, and that's pretty much the only place I can keep it. We're getting down here. This is my TP-Link wireless extender. I might just keep the paperwork out of this because I've been having some issues with it lately. But this kind of extends your Wi-Fi range because I'd go outside like before if I'd want to mow or whatever, and you want to listen to Pandora or whatever it is. You want to do it on Wi-Fi, and the range in the house just isn't enough to cut it, so that's why this thing's necessary. So I might go through this. I'll put that in the maybe pile because I want to go through that and just see what's up with it. We're getting down here. iPad boxes. We buy a lot of iPads. These are the two iPads that, these the same? Yeah. These are the two iPads that we currently own that we just replaced. The one I may be selling to my friends, so I'm probably going to give them the box for it. But I think inside here, at least in one of them, I kept all of the stuff, which maybe I won't go through right now. Must be this one. Let's see what we got in here. I even got the receipt in there. When did I buy this? June 3rd, 2014. So I got 2.5 years out of my iPad, and I use that thing every day, all the time. So I definitely got my money's worth. We're going to save these boxes, at least for now. And then the one last thing, and the thing that started this channel, my Flip Ultra HD. I think that's what this is. Flip Ultra HD 2, I believe it is, or it's just Ultra HD. This thing is, I owe so much to this thing because this was my first camera. Cody picked this up for me, and this is what I filmed every video with, including bringing our Chocolate Lab puppy home, which happened to be a smash hit and what really took this channel off. And it was filmed with this. I spent $200 on this thing, and it was probably one of the greatest investments that I made. But sadly, it went on a kayaking trip with us, and it didn't work when I came back. So then I started upgrading to more cameras, and I'm very happy with what I have now. If I kept using this thing right now would look like absolute crap, and no one would watch my videos because of the poor quality, as bad as it already is. So, you're probably wondering about what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to keep it. It's a piece of history, a piece of my memory. I'm going to keep that. But as you can see, the box is officially empty. And now I'll show you the piles, and we'll show you how much progress I made. First, the good news. Here's all the stuff I'm getting rid of. Got the bamboo tablet, got the 2 computer boxes, the TP-Link, the Garmin navigation system, the Kodak Play Sport, worst camera ever, and then we got the random stuff down here, my passport. This is just kind of minor stuff, got rid of it all. The bad news, look at all this stuff that's still left. It's those dang video game boxes that really hold you up. All these are consoles. So we got the console, console. Man, if I didn't have that, I would just have camera stuff, but I guess that's my two obsessions, are video games and camera equipment. The maybe pile, I think this one, it's time to go. The iPod, time to go. Get rid of that. No reason to have it. And then the TP-Link, I'm just going to pull the instructions out of this so I can reset it if I need to, and that'll be it, even though I could probably find that online, so we'll just put that in the junk box. So that's it. I'd say it's probably about, geez, I don't know, 70% keep, 30% gone, but maybe I can find a little bit of a smaller box than this, or at the very least it kind of makes more space. Either way, I think Cody's still gonna be mad about all this stuff that I have in here. I'm just doing a little looking around down here, and the only real sizable box I have is this. This is a Christmas present for Clark, which I won't reveal just yet. But that box really doesn't do me any good because it's almost as big as that one that I still have over there. Other than that, these are the few boxes that we've gotten in the last week or so. And this one is the biggest one, and it's too small. So I think I'm pretty much stuck with the box that I'm using over here, at least for now. So I didn't really accomplish much in that regard, but at least this box will be able to close now, which it couldn't before. I gotta put all these things back in here that I decided to keep, which is another downside about keeping all these boxes, is that I gotta put them all back. The other ones I'm just gonna put at the recycling. But if you consider me a hoarder, I don't think you should go that far, because that's not really the case. I'm more of a collector. A hoarder is a person that collects things that have no value, which, I don't know, maybe consider an Xbox 360 box something of no value. But in my mind, these things do have value. And maybe that's what all hoarders say, I don't know. Anyway. Oh, that's a little bit too big. All right, let's try something else here. How big is this Wii U box? Put it on its side. Ooh, that fits great. Nah. Put these iPad boxes down in here. Actually, I'm going to keep these out a little bit. It's not super easy putting this stuff away. I'm just trying to fit it all in here perfectly. I think what I'm going to do is take this box, do some rearranging like that. That's a nice thin box, so maybe you can put it over here. Got all kinds of wasted space down here. I think that might be a good place for the GoPro. Beautiful. Put that there. Macbook Pro Box. Yeah. That works. Last few things just on the top here. And we'll finish it off with the flip. And that's it. That's what it now looks like. I just did a little more organizing and I got this box flattened out a little bit, so got a lot of space up top there. The downside is I think this box is going to be around to stay. I was hoping to go to a smaller box, but I think in just a short period of time I'm going to end up filling this up with more boxes, and that is kind of disheartening. It's like this is my irrational collection. I feel like I have a lot of collections of things, but this is the one that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, other than the fact that I want to keep it for nostalgia or history or resale value. Those three reasons I think are enough to justify this, but again, maybe I'm just being a hoarder. Let me know what you think, and I guess if Cody gets angry when she has to move this thing out of the way every time she wants to go in and get our decorations out, I'm just gonna have to say, listen woman, these boxes are here to stay. Unless she's watching this video, which I'm gonna say, don't worry, I'm gonna get rid of all those boxes. It's totally gonna happen. I did a little bit of tote shuffling and I got enough room to squeeze this in here, so I'll put my box of boxes away right now. Put that in there, and I really do think that the remedy for this, all joking aside, is to move everything out of there at some point and then put my box all the way in the back. Like, it kind of goes under the stairs back here. So kind of put it back there so it's always out of the way. It would never be a problem. And I think that's the solution for this, but I'm not doing that tonight. We're just gonna close this curtain up. and no one will ever know it's back there. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in buying anything that you saw in my box of boxes, I'll put a link below where you can pick it up on Amazon. Unless it's something really old like the Flip Ultra HD, you're probably not going to pick one of those up on there. But buy yourself a new camera. It's Christmas. Buy one for another family member. Links below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.